J-E-T-S! Jets! Let's go!
Let's go. Glad to have you back.
Super Bowl, nothing less.
Let's go, AVT.
What a throw! Aaron Rodgers to Garrett Wilson!
Keep the faith, guys. Keep the faith.
Love it.
J-E-T-S! Jets! Let's get it! Wow!
Jet Life Stadium. Aaron Rodgers is home, baby.
Jets Media, I love you all.
Shout out Jets Media. Blessed day ahead.
Blessed day ahead.
What is going on, Jets fans? Welcome back to Jets Media. We are previewing the Jets versus the Bills Monday night matchup. This show is being powered and brought to you by none other than BetUS Sportsbook. Receive your 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% on your next two by using promo code YouTube150, baby. Shout out to BetUS. Now, we got a big game on Monday night. Huge game that can really shake things up in this division and, more importantly, kind of spark new life into this fan base, spark new life into this team. We have a lot of new things going on, a lot of drama. I mean, we are the talking point of the entire NFL. We had breaking news yesterday about Haason Reddick, that Haason Reddick is no longer with his agent, and the agency of CAA parted ways with Reddick. Now, I don't really think this is a big deal in my opinion, which is why I didn't really make a video or talk about it, because I just don't see him ever playing a snap for the Jets. I've been consistent when saying that for a while now. I don't think this changes anything. Haason Reddick is simply just holding out, and he has no end result, and that's really all I got to say about it. Haason Reddick is never going to play a snap for the New York Jets, in my opinion, at all. So, Reddick, the worst holdout you can... One of the worst holdouts you'll ever see in Haason Reddick. But the Jets got a big, big game coming on up. Now, as you guys know, I will be at this game. All right, I'm really excited for this one. We got a fun AFC East roundtable event lined up. It's going to be me, TD Finstock, Patriots Global at this game. We got a lot of Jets fans and Bills fans coming through. This is going to be an epic live show. I've been putting a lot of time into this game, into this live show. So definitely, guys, come on through. Check it out. I think we'll be live around 4 p.m. from MetLife Stadium to give you guys a huge, awesome show live together. Very well production, graphics, all that stuff. I've been putting in a lot of work behind the scenes to make this happen. So definitely come check us out over there on Roundtable Sports' YouTube channel, the AFC East Roundtable channel, because that is going to be a heck of a time. It's going to be a heck of a time, man. So definitely go check us out there on Monday. We'll also be doing the huddle on Monday earlier in the day at 12. TD Finstock is going to be right here in the studio with me. Right here in the studio. Why isn't Dan Mitchell going? Who said he's not going, man? He is going. Everyone's going to be there. Me, Dan, Colby, TD, we're all going to be there, man. We're all going to be there. So it's going to be a good time. Congrats on your Mets, bro. Go Jets and Jets Media. Thank you, man. I'm thinking of making a Mets Media return because I have such an itch to talk about my Mets. I have such an itch to talk about my Mets lately. But at the end of the day, thank you so much. So the weather report for Monday is as follows. It is expected to rain lightly early in the morning, light rain early in the morning, but then there's no precipitation for the rest of the afternoon and into the evening, which is the only thing that matters. So there's 25% rain early AM, light rain, and then by 6 p.m. it says 0%, but obviously weather changes. And I'll never forget, man, for Jets Media Day, the Jets-Broncos game, I was looking at the weather for like 10 days in a row leading up into that game. They never said rain once, and then all of a sudden we get to the game and it's raining all day. All day. So don't look at the weather forecast. And I'm not looking at the weather anymore and thinking it's like 100% accurate ever again. Ever again. So, guys, don't forget to hit the like button on your way into the show. I want to talk about this Jets-Bills game because there's a lot of shifting things going on around this Jets team right now that we have to talk about. First and foremost, Robert Saleh is fired. Second, Jeff Ulbrich is the new interim head coach. Third, they demoted Nathaniel Hackett. They promoted Todd Downing. There's so much. Haason Reddick is no longer represented by CAA. Like, I can't even describe. Like, there's so much to talk about with the Jets that doesn't even have to do with this game on Monday night. And I want to start talking about this game because it's going to be wild. I'm also going to be in New York City with Dan on Sunday watching some football. I'm going to be with Dan and Z-Bot in New York City. I'm on Long Island, but I'm taking the train into Manhattan and going to watch some football with Dan, which is going to be fun. Even though he's my enemy. He's my enemy this weekend. He's my enemy. All right? But at the end of the day, man, the New York Jets have an opportunity here to save the season. I really think, like, this is the most important game of the entire year for a lot of different reasons. If the Jets lose, 2-4, big hole, Sunday Night Football against the Steelers. Next up. If they win, 3-3, first place in the division, another primetime game. Like, man, if Jeff Ulbrich can really save the season, this Jets fan base is going to lose their minds. Because Woody Johnson has something that is very, very interesting right now in terms of, like, the decision that he made. And I also noticed hearing from now head coach Jeff Ulbrich, hearing from the players, they all have so much respect and love for Robert Saleh. They're playing for Robert Saleh. And I got nothing but love for Saleh, man. I mean, I know everyone hates him because he's a bad coach. I get that, but I really wanted him to be the guy. I'm not going to lie. I really wanted Saleh to be our guy. And I thought that he was when we first hired him. I'm like, you know what? This guy just preaches a lot of things that I believe in. He's a good dude, but at the end of the day, he obviously is not a good football coach, which matters. So, human element aside, now we insert Jeff Ulbrich. Jeff Ulbrich has a lot of coaching experience. Obviously, his first time being a head coach. And I feel like there's a new freshness to this team. Some injury news. Aaron Rodgers is dealing with an ankle. He's dealing with a hamstring, but he does look okay at practice right now. Morgan Moses is expected to be back in this game, which is huge. Michael Carter is not practicing. I'm going to assume he's going to be out in this game, which is definitely going to hurt this team. But at the end of the day, man, I don't care who's hurt. The Jets got to go out there and play their best brand of football. You got Aaron Rodgers out there rocking the classic helmets. Man, oh man. We're rocking the classic unis. I cannot wait to see these live in action. The white helmets. I mean, these are the helmets that at least my generation of Jets fans grew up with, right? I grew up with these helmets. This is the Jets team I grew up loving. My whole life, it was these helmets with the green and white jerseys, so I cannot wait to see those in action. So definitely excited for that. I'll be wearing my classic Quincy Williams jersey on Monday night to support. Man, oh man, it's going to be a thing of beauty. It's going to be a thing of beauty. I think there's a lot of things to watch out for in this game in terms of the philosophy of the team, the mindset. What does Jeff Ulbrich look like on the sideline? Does Todd Downing spark a lot of differences in the offense? Or are we going to see the same approach, run, pass on a lot of opportunities? Or are we going to see more aggression, throwing the football down the field? Are they going to be more conservative? Are we going to see more pre-snap motion? Is it going to be the same exact? I mean, there's so much. There's so much to, unpack. And there's also a bunch of, uncertainty. There's a bunch of I don't knows. We don't know what to expect with this team, with Jeff Ulbrich at the helm. I have no idea. The one thing I do know is that this defense is ready to go. Without Michael Carter II, that's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough one. I mean, I think they got Isaiah Oliver in the slot. Ashton Davis can line up in the slot. Eccles, of course. But Michael Carter II's hamstring injury is a little bit concerning me. All right, a little bit concerning me. But at the end of the day, man, I think the Jets got to be able to get this job done. All right? The Jets got to get this job done because the New York Jets have a 2-game winning streak on the Buffalo Bills at MetLife Stadium. And the reason why we have a 2-game winning streak is because of the way that this defense looks against Josh Allen. Josh Allen is coming off 2 bad games. Both games on the road. Both games against very good defenses, Baltimore and Houston. And now they're going to be taking on the New York Jets, a defense that is known to get the best of Josh Allen when they're at MetLife Stadium. I'm very consistent with this. The Jets win this game potentially because of their defense. James Cook is banged up. They're dynamic. I mean, you could argue James Cook is the best player on offense next to Josh Allen. Right? That's something that we got to be able to do. So, I love that. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Do you expect the Jets defense to shut down Josh Allen or not? We need to get to Josh Allen, force some turnovers, baby. Let's freaking go. Woo! I'm getting hyped up. I can't believe I'm going to be there. Also, baseball fans. I know that we got Mets fans in the chat. I know that we got Yankees fans in the chat. We got Mets baseball, game 2 of the NLCS at 4 o'clock. We have Yankees, ALCS, game 1 at what? 7 o'clock. And then we have the Jets, Bills. I mean, bro, Monday is going to be a day for New York sports fans. And then any Giants fans, obviously there's no Giants fans watching this, but the Giants and the Mets play at the same time Sunday night. Wow, this is going to be a crazy experience for New York sports fans this weekend, man. And then you got the Knicks and the Nets starting. Wild. You got hockey starting as well. The New York Liberty is in the WNBA Finals. Not that I watch it, but hey, shout out New York, baby. Shout out New York. Man, New York City is usually sucks with every sport, but now we're actually good. I'll take it. I'll take it. So we're live right now talking about the Jets versus the Bills game. It's the battle for first place. And I think the big discussion I have is what the heck are these New York Jets offensively going to look like? All right. What are we going to look like offensively? How are we going to be able to move the football? Are we going to look good? Because you look at the Buffalo Bills defense, they're a good defense. They're not great. They're not elite. We don't have to worry about Von Miller. They got a good defense, a solid unit. And I really hope that this Jets team can start off fast. Because the biggest issue I have with this Jets offense is them starting off slow. I also look at Todd Downing as an offensive play caller, and you look at what he's done in previous regimes. Look at the Tennessee Titans with Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry. That's the offense you got to look at what Todd Downing is known for. Physical, run the football, set up play action. Like, I'm not expecting Todd Downing to just reestablish that Tennessee Titans offense right now, back in that era with Tannehill. But with Morgan Moses coming back at right tackle, I really, really hope that this offensive line can run the football. I have trust in Breece Hall and Braylon Allen. As much as both of those guys have been disappointing as of late, I need them to wake the heck up. Break your tackles, find the holes, lower your damn shoulder, and pick up the first downs. Can we please see a Breece Hall 80-yard touchdown on the first drive? Can we see a Braylon Allen 30-yard run? Can we see our playmakers catch the damn football? I mean, can this be the game that our offense clicks and to give our defense some time? I have no idea what to expect here. The New York Jets absolutely are abysmal at running the football. And we're going up against a Buffalo Bills team that's not that great against the run. Let me look up the numbers. Defense rankings, NFL. Because the Bills, last I saw, they absolutely stunk against the Baltimore Ravens on the run. I know we don't have Derrick Henry, but that's something I'm looking at. All right? So, I'm looking at rushing defense. So the Bills are at the top. Wait, so what is this? Oh, wow. Look at that. The Jets are actually not bad. So basically, I'll show you show you guys what I'm looking at. This is the NFL website. All right. We are looking at the rushing yards on defense given up total this year. The Baltimore Ravens are the best team against the run this year. The Jets are actually up there in the top echelon, by the way, against the run. Shocking. You look at the Bills, they're all the way down here. The Buffalo Bills are giving up 5.2 yards per carry, okay? And they're giving up, I mean, you look at that game against the Ravens, that's why. 720 yards total, all right? So that's something we got to look at. Look at the passing defense. Look at the passing defense. The New York Jets give up the second least amount of passing yards in the NFL so far this season. Another thing you got to look at, the New York Jets defense is still playing at a high level. Still playing at a high level. The Jets are the second best defense against the pass. Now, you look at the teams with byes, right? The Titans had a bye week. The Dolphins had a bye week. Chargers had a bye week. So that's why they're at the top, because they played one less game. I'm skewing it basically off of how many passing yards total. So I don't want any Dolphins fans to be cheering like, oh, the Dolphins are great. So the Jets are really good against the pass. And then you look at the rush. You look at the rushing defense. How many rushing yards you give up. The Jets are not as bad as people think. They're right here. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the Jets are 15th against the run this year defensively. That's not awful. That's right in the middle. That's right in the middle. So this Jets defense is doing what they do. Now you look at the offensive numbers. That's where things are going to be really bad. Really, really bad. Oh, yeah, the bye week for the Dolphins didn't happen yet. You guys are right. This week is when it happened. So you look at the Tennessee Titans against the pass. I don't know how they've given up that amount. But you look at the offense. This is where the Jets are going to be in the bottom, especially from the rushing. I mean, are the Jets bottom? Last? Let's see. Yeah, look at this. The Jets have the least amount of rushing yards in the entire NFL. That's wild. The New York Jets this is offensive rushing yards. The Jets have the least amount of rushing yards in the entire NFL. That's pathetic. Pathetic with Breece Hall and Braylon Allen. That needs to change. That is on the offensive line. The Ravens are in first. 49ers, Commanders, Packers. You need to be able to run the football, man. It's so frustrating. People want to see the defensive sack totals. All right, let's go to defense. Let's go to passing, interceptions, fumbles. Where's sacks? Sacks. Here we go. Sacks. The New York Jets are in 4th place in sacks. Like, this is what I mean, man. Like, people watch games, oh, the Jets defense is overrated. They are 4th in the NFL in sacks as a team with 18 sacks. That's a lot. 18 sacks in 5 games is a lot, man. That's a lot. The Vikings have 11 interceptions. The Jets do not get enough interceptions, though. What do they have? 2 interceptions for the season. The Vikings have 11, dude. Packers have 9. That must be nice. I wish the Jets were a defense that can take the ball away. Rating, the Jets are 4th in defensive rating this year. I mean, come on, man. Look at the bad defenses in terms of sack totals. Falcons only have 5 sacks on the season. Bengals 6. And then you look at the upper echelon. The Jets are at 4th. 4th. So these are just the numbers that I'm looking at so far this season. That the Jets defense is not overrated as much as everybody were so excited to jump on the train that the Jets defense is overrated. The Jets defense sucks. That's not true. The Jets offense is the problem, just like it has been the last few years. Okay? The Buffalo Bills have 13 team sacks, while the New York Jets have 18 team sacks. All right? And then the Jets are 2nd in passing yards. They've given up 2 passing touchdowns to 2 interceptions, which is exceptional. I mean, only giving up 2 passing touchdowns. They are tied for the 2nd in terms of giving up passing touchdowns. The Saints are number 1, giving up only 1 passing touchdown. The Jets giving up 2 passing touchdowns this season. The Jets secondary is balling out. Sauce Gardner is not having a all-pro level season so far, but he is still doing his job. DJ Reed is having an all-pro caliber season in a contract year. So the Jets just got to get the ball out of Josh Allen's hands, force turnovers, baby. The Jets also give up the 3rd lowest completion percentage in the NFL. All right, so you look at the stats, man. It's very interesting. If the Jets lose, is the season over? I think so. Now, could they lose on Monday and then somehow, some way go on a 5-game winning streak and save the season? Yeah, it's possible, but it'll be very unlikely, right? If the Jets lose on Monday and then they lose against the Steelers, that's 2-5. You can start, even wondering, is Aaron Rodgers going to return next year? right? So I think these next 3 games for the Jets is really going to tell us all we need to know with Ulbrich. We got to win 2 of the next 3 games. Why not win 3 in a row? I mean, I know that sounds wild, but imagine we look up and the Jets are on a 3-game winning streak heading into Thursday night against the Texans. You beat the Bills, Sunday night against Steelers. You go into New England against Drake May. All of a sudden, we're 5-3. Now, I'm not going to predict that. A lot needs to go in our favor. We have no idea what to expect with this team before I can predict that. But at the same time, let's just focus on Monday night. All right, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's just focus on Monday night. I'm not really buying into this team yet with Jeff Ulbrich and all these people around him, but until I see them play football on Monday night. I don't want to hype up this team, but I also want to remind people that the season is not over yet. If we go out there on Monday night and take care of business like we've expected to do, a lot of people are making the comparisons of Jeff Ulbrich to Dan Campbell. What do you guys think of that? I think that's pretty fascinating. Dan Campbell came in for the Miami Dolphins as the interim head coach for them and played really, had that Dolphins team playing very tough, winning some games. The Dolphins did not bring back Campbell as the coach. They went a different direction, and now you see where Campbell is now with the Detroit Lions. Now, I'm not saying that Ulbrich is going to follow suit exactly, but the point is, he's tough. He's a former player. He relates with the players. Accountability is a thing. There's a freshness. There's a new identity. And I also feel like the consensus I'm getting from this Jets team is that everybody's coming together right now. I love that. Everybody is coming together. I think that's something important. Todd Downing spoke, and he said it's fascinating how together this team has gotten this week. Because when adversity strikes like this, like the Jets are not just facing your typical adversity of losing. It's one thing when you're losing, but the Jets aren't just losing. They lost their head coach. They lost their offensive play caller. Haason Reddick drama still weighing over their heads. Their quarterback's not playing to the level that we hold them, a standard that we hold him to in Aaron Rodgers. This is the most adversity a team will ever face, which is why we're still the talk of the NFL media. Right? So how does this team respond? How is Aaron Rodgers going to respond? That's what I want to know. Aaron Rodgers is coming off 2 terrible games. He could have easily went out there and beat the Broncos, but he didn't. He could have easily went out there and won the game against the Vikings in that last drive, but he didn't. So I'm looking at Aaron Rodgers more than anybody in this game. I trust the defense to limit Josh Allen enough. I'm also looking at the offensive line, bro. Is Morgan Moses going to come in here and make that much of a difference? And we're going to protect Aaron Rodgers. We're going to open up holes because that is where Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to make plays. We saw what he did against the New England Patriots, a terrible football team. But the offensive line gave Rodgers so much time. And when you give Rodgers a pocket to throw the football, that's when he's at his best. When you give Aaron Rodgers time to orchestrate at the line of scrimmage, change up plays, and get the ball out fast, he is dangerous, man. He's dangerous. Will McDonald is tied for second place in the NFL in sacks. He has 6 sacks. Just behind Aiden Hutchinson, by the way, for the most, who has 6.5. There's a chance that we look up and all of a sudden Will McDonald finishes the season with the most sacks in the entire NFL. I'm just saying. I'll show you guys the stats right here. Look. This is the leaders in sacks. Aiden Hutchinson has a half a sack over Will McDonald. Isn't that wild? Everybody was clowning the Jets for drafting Will McDonald. I feel like Jets fans are coming around to the realization that Will McDonald is an actual stud. Now, he was not going to be in this opportunity if Reddick was not holding out and Jermaine Johnson did not get hurt. If Jermaine Johnson was still with us and if Haason Reddick was never holding out, McDonald would not have 6 sacks. But he does because he's taking advantage of his opportunities. And by the way, do we even feel like we're missing out on Jermaine and Reddick right now? We don't, which is a good thing. That tells you that this Jets team has a next man up mentality, and we have guys ready to go. Now, without Michael Carter II potentially, and maybe a return of C.J. Mosley is something we got to look out for. But I'm not worried about the defense. The defense can get as injured as they want. I'm worried and looking at the offense. We're finally getting healthy on the offensive line. Our starting 5 is going to be out there Monday night. I know that Conklin's dealing with some type of hip issue, I believe, but he's going to be good to go. Garrett Wilson's coming off his best game statistically against the Vikings. Still not efficient. 22 targets. I expect more. We need to get the ball in the end zone 3 times against the Bills. That's how I look at it. 3 freaking times against the Bills. Is that possible? Absolutely. Will it happen? I'm not sure. I sure hope so. Now, as you guys know, BetUS is the proud sportsbook sponsor of Jets Media. They have the odds for the New York Jets' next head coach. Bill Belichick is the favorite. I am going to be honest with you guys when I say Bill Belichick is not going to be the Jets' next head coach. I mean, there is no way. I don't know why he's the favorite, but I just do not see that happening. But if you guys want to sign up for BetUS Sportsbook, use the promo code YouTube150 to get your 150% bonus and then 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits by using promo code YouTube150. All right, YouTube150. Shout out to BetUS for always supporting Jets Media. A great way to support the sponsors here on this channel is by simply signing up. And please, please, please bet responsibly. Now, if you're wondering, where's Jeff Ulbricht's name on this? Jeff Ulbricht's odds are at plus 500. So I tweeted that. Plus 500 are the odds for Jeff Ulbricht to be the coach next season, by the way. He's just not listed on the graphic. So we shall see. But if you guys want to go check that out and make your bets on who's the Jets' next head coach, those odds are available right now. All right? They're right now. So it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting one, man. We need Gruden. I don't know about that. I love, man, Gruden's content on YouTube is fantastic. Ben Johnson is definitely high on my list. But, like, there's a part of me that doesn't even want to get somebody that is, like, a coordinator. I want someone that's been a head coach before and knows what the heck he's doing. I want a program builder. I want someone that can come in here like a Harbaugh, like someone that we can trust, someone that is going to come in here and it's going to take some time, but it's going to build this foundation. I don't know if I trust a rookie head coach. We did that with Saleh, failed. Adam Gase wasn't a rookie head coach, but give me a break. He sucked. We should have never hired him from the beginning. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, man. So we got a lot of time until Monday night, but a lot of time until we figure out our coach. I mean, we got 12 games of Jeff Ulbrich to try to audition to be the next Jets head coach. That's another thing you got to keep in mind. Jeff Ulbrich has a 12-game audition right now. Because what if Ulbrich wins 9 of the next 12 games? What if Jeff Ulbrich leads the Jets to the playoffs? He's the head coach. I mean, how do you move on from him? Unless they bring in somebody else and they just keep Ulbrich on the staff as a DC. I don't know. I'm not really going that far. I do not think that. I just want to make sure people know that is a possibility. That Woody Johnson probably told Ulbrich, hey, you have an opportunity to be the Jets head coach. So this is your opportunity. And I think that's going to spark a fire underneath Ulbrich to really try his best to get this team on track. Because we all know that this Jets team is so talented. Woody Johnson knows it. Even, I'm assuming, rival fan bases knows it. But at the end of the day, man, this Jets team's got to get on track, man. Is TD going to make it at the Monday Night Football? Yeah, I hope so. I mean, the hurricane hit Florida. He's definitely having some issues. He's flying here to New York on Monday morning early. So hopefully he can make the flight and everything for sure. Ulbrich is him, baby. Let's go. Bills winning. Allen has never lost 3 straight, and y'all fired your coach. The Jets story has been nice, but Aaron has been worse than Daniel Jones. Yeah, Josh Allen has been worse than Daniel Jones, too, the last 2 weeks. By the way. Just saying. Also, Josh Allen is on a 2-game losing streak at MetLife Stadium. Do you want me to provide you with facts? Because I don't mind doing it. Josh Allen's coming off one of the worst games I've ever seen from a quarterback. What was his stats last week? Oh, 9 for 30. 30% completion percentage. What was his stats last year against the Jets? Oh, 3 interceptions. What was his stats 2 years ago against the Jets in MetLife Stadium? Oh, turning the ball over again. I mean, listen, man. Daniel Jones is outplaying Josh Allen the last 2 weeks, too, if you want to go that far. Maybe not for the season, but let's be honest with ourselves. Where will the AFC East roundtable be for Monday's game? We will be in section 316 or something like that. And doing our live show from the tailgate, lot J3. Let's go. Bills played 2 good teams all year and lost to both games. They are very mid. Bro, the Buffalo Bills are on the Miami Dolphins watch in my eyes. They were 3-0, and everybody had them being the favorites. Everybody had Josh Allen as the MVP. He's played nobody. And then he goes out there against 2 good teams and becomes an absolute pumpkin. A pumpkin. So that's a reality check. This game is at MetLife Stadium. The Jets completely dominate Josh Allen at MetLife. Josh Allen plays good against the Jets in Buffalo. I'll give you that. I mean, I went into the season expecting a split. The Jets winning at MetLife and the Jets losing in Buffalo. That's my expectation for the Jets-Bills pretty much every year. A split. I don't know if Bills fans can accept that reality, but let's be honest with ourselves. If you want to hang on to, but look what Josh Allen did against the Jets in Buffalo. Yeah, you got me there. But how about in MetLife Stadium where the game's playing on Monday night? With our fan base, which is starving, the atmosphere on Monday night is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be absurd, man. And I was there last Monday night. That atmosphere got to Josh Allen. He turned the ball over 4 times last year on the opener. And I guarantee you the fumble that he had was because of how loud the crowd was and how much pressure was on him. He was unable to handle it. Let's go. That's what it comes down to, man. That's what it comes down to. Not going to be easy, but there's a chance. There's a chance, man, especially with the way Josh Allen has been playing the last 2 weeks, especially with the key injuries to the Bills. There's injuries on the Jets, too, so we're not that much healthier. We need CJ back. CJ's the key. He makes Josh think twice. Yeah, we do need CJ back. Even though Jamie Sherwood has been phenomenal, this is a game where you want CJ Mosley back. 100%. 100%. Too bad Whitehead can't get 3 more interceptions. It's all right. Tony Adams will do it for him this time. Don't know where the pass rush will come from, but man, I'd love to get 3+ sack game and hope they are all through and around Deion Dawkins. See, this is where even Jets fans, I don't think, understand that our pass rush is a lot better than people think it is. Let me just show you and remind everybody that the Jets are 4th in the NFL in sacks this year. 4th. Is that not good enough for you guys? 4th. We have 19 sacks this year. 18 sacks. That's 4th in the NFL. Sacks will come. And our pass rush win rate is high. I know it's maybe not elite in terms of number 1, but let's not pretend that this Jets pass rush has been non-existent and been bad. That's not true. So they got to get consistent pass rush. I think the Jets got to dial up some blitzes and force Josh Allen to beat us with his arm because he can beat us with his legs. I know that. Josh Allen can definitely beat us with his legs, but I'm not too concerned about that arm. He's inaccurate as all hell. The Giants are in first place with sacks. They have 22 sacks. The Vikings are in second with 20 sacks. The Broncos are in third place with 19 sacks. And the Jets are in 4th with 18 sacks. And the Bills are way down with 13. Do you think Malachi Corley will be utilized? I hope so, Noah, but I don't think so. I don't know why he's not, but it would be nice. Keith says, I don't know, man. I really like Sherwood. He brings a different gear to the defense. Well, with CJ Mosley playing, it's not like Sherwood's not going to play. Sherwood will still play. The difference between Sherwood and CJ Mosley is this. CJ has the mindset. CJ will be able to check in and out of plays. He will not be fooled. Mentally, he'll be a step ahead. But Sherwood brings different physically. He's faster. He's better in coverage. And I think it's more like a mental versus physical. I want both of them on the field. And that's what a healthy CJ Mosley brings. Richie, I appreciate you a lot. I'm at work and I'm always listening to you. Andres125, salute to you. I appreciate that. Not worried about our defense. They will be on fire Monday night. Let's effing go. Bills overrated, period. Yeah, I mean, the Bills have beaten nobody. Just saying. I'd rather Sherwood over CJ. Allen is a runner. Sherwood can't be the spy. You know who's the spy? Neither of them. Will McDonald has been playing the spy role this year, which you love. He's athletic enough to contain Josh Allen, in my opinion. The Jets have been utilizing Will McDonald as a quarterback spy, dropping back in coverage, and he's in the middle of the zone watching the quarterback. When the quarterback escapes, Will McDonald is there. A few of his sacks came from being a QB spy. Just happened to be a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Morgan Moses coming back is huge, too. We need the aggression back. Absolutely. CJ Mosley is the QB of the defense. Need him back. Also, can Sauce get an interception, please? Hey, Sauce, if the ball hits your hands, catch the damn thing. Will MC2 possibly out? Do we see more 4-3 up front if CJ is back? Yes. I mean, it's so devastating that if MC2's out because he's such a pivotal role to the Jets' nickel package. And if CJ's healthy, I think they will go more. But that concerns me because the Bills love to go empty. They love to spread the ball out wide. They love to have like 4 receivers out there. So the Jets can't live in 4-3. They have to go out there and play nickel still. Even MC2 is not healthy. Isaiah Oliver will be in the game. Eccles. Man, how about Brandon Eccles, man? 2 interceptions this year. The only 2 picks for the season, by the way, is to Eccles. Right? And he's not even starting. Come on, man. Time for Breece Hall to turn up. Facts, Zeke. I mean, when is Breece going to start reminding the world that he is him? Because I just looked at the numbers and it made me sick to my stomach. The New York Jets have the worst, officially, the worst rush attack in the NFL. That's pathetic with the talent that we have at running back. The numbers don't lie. The Jets have the least amount of rushing yards in the NFL. The least amount. That's pathetic. Our longest run is 30 yards. We have 2 20-plus yard carries, 24 rushes for first downs, 3.6 yards per carry, which is 3rd worst in the NFL. Terrible, man. This is supposed to be a team that can run the damn football effectively, and we're not doing it. I'm hopeful that this can be the game, man, because the Bills' defense got ran through. Even against the Dolphins, they had success running the ball, I believe. So the Jets have to run the ball. This has to be the game, man. Has to. The Bills are, look at them. The Bills are at the bottom of the NFL. They've given up almost the most rushing yards. This is the amount of rushing yards, right? The least amount of rushing yards given up on defense is the Ravens. You go all the way to the bottom. The Bills are at the bottom of the NFL in terms of rush defense. They give up 5.2 yards per carry. 720 yards total. They've given up 4 rushing touchdowns. They've given up 6 20-plus yard runs. They've given up an 87-yard run to Derrick Henry. So, if there was ever a game for this offensive line and running game to work, it has to be figured out. And, bro, everyone's saying our rushing defense is bad. It's not. It's mediocre. It's not bad or good. We're right in the middle. The Jets. The Bills' rushing defense is worse than the Jets. The Jets give up 4.2 yards per carry and 596 yards total. The Bills actually give up the most yards per carry. Look at this. The Bills give up the most yards per attempt. And I definitely think that Baltimore Ravens game skewed these stats a lot, for sure. But the numbers are the numbers. 5.2 yards per carry is what the Bills give up. And look at the Jets. They give up 4.2 yards, which is the same amount as the Broncos, who was an elite defense. The Jets are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're 8th. So let's stop people running with the narrative the Jets suck against the run. We had one bad game against the run. One bad game against the Niners, which was week 1. Outside of that game, the Jets have been dominant. The Jets have been plugging up the holes. The Jets have been doing everything they possibly can on defense. The issue with this team is offense. We all know that. And that starts with Breece Hall, man. Like, I don't want to look at Aaron Rodgers and say, hey, Aaron, we don't have a run game and we need you to throw the ball 50-plus times and you need to go out there and win football games. That was never supposed to be the recipe this season. We were never supposed to look at Aaron Rodgers and ask him to beat MVP and throw the ball all day long because we need you to. No, the whole philosophy of this team was simple. Run the football, let Aaron Rodgers throw the ball like 25 times a game and lean on Breece, lean on Braylon, set up the play action, and then let's go be efficient. But that's not the case. Not the case. So hopefully the New York Jets can finally break out in terms of the offensive line running the damn football. Maybe this could be the game where Garrett Wilson gets unlocked. But, man, Breece Hall, where are you, brother? I love you, Breece. I am not giving up on you. I'm not. I hate all the hate that's going to Breece, though, Jets fans. Can we stop being that fan base? Should we hold Breece accountable? Absolutely. But let's stop making him like, I hate seeing the Jets fans turn on our players, bro. That's like not how I fan. And listen, I don't represent the Jets fan base. I can't tell anybody how to be a fan. But the toxic, like, holding your players accountable is one thing, but just absolutely shitting on them and making them feel like they're worthless is one thing, bro. We want to be a fan base that, like, supports our guys when they're down. So when they come up, we can be like, yeah, we support you when you're down. We're going to support you when you're up. I hated seeing whoever wrote an article that Breece Hall deserves to be benched. Are you a moron? Whoever wrote that article should be an absolute shame of themselves that Breece Hall should be benched. And then Sauce went out there to defend his boy Breece, as he should. I hate seeing that shit. I hate it. That's not who we are as a fan base. Breece Hall should be benched. Give me a fucking break. Sorry. Don't mean to curse. But I got to run, guys. I got a meeting at 2:15 I got to get to. All right. Sauce deleted his social media because he's sick of the negativity. Shout out to you, Sauce. BetUS Sportsbook is the official sportsbook sponsor of this channel. Go check them out. We're going to be live on BetUS TV in 50 minutes on the huddle. So definitely go check that out. Much love to you guys. Salute to the chat. Enjoy this weekend. I'm going to be with Dan Mitchell on Sunday in New York City. I'm going to be with Z-Bot as well. And then the event is Monday, baby. The event is Monday. AFC East Roundtable event. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that because it is going to be a heck of a time. Heck of a time. Shout out to everybody that tuned into this show. Much love as always. Have a great weekend. I love you all so much. Hit the like button on your way out. Another shout out to BetUS. Much love. Let's go out there and win this freaking football game on Monday night, baby. And get to first place in the division. Let's go. Peace out, folks. See you next time.